Hello. How is everybody today? Let's see who's going to join me. Pamela is.
You too. Oh, you did make it.
I did make it. Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
Miss Nancy is just admiring the live that we're going to do today. I had a request to do this.
It's pretty.
So hopefully you all enjoy it. It was a fun one to make. Very quick and easy to make. Give it a few minutes for everybody to come on. Hi, Evelyn. Hey, Miss Amanda. I may not have got a giveaway. Can you help me out, please? Can you turn Google off, please? Well, I didn't see Julie come on, but someone says Julie is here.
Julie Woodman?
Yeah. Miss Mary said, hi, Julie. But I didn't see Julie come on. Hi, Anne.
As soon as you left, Julie,
Something came in for her.
something came in for you.
Of course it did. That's always the way it is. Hi, Connie. When are we going to go on our play date? I want to go shopping. I want to spend some money. We just got the final fabrics in that we've been waiting on for the mystery DDE for next year. So we are just finalizing those kits up. Gisela, I do have Paula and Amanda here. But I am going to try and do live by myself because we have been so busy. So I set up the little phone holder and we're going to try that way. Because I didn't want to keep having somebody be with me and then leave me and be with me and then leave me. Sounds like my ex-husband. I'm sorry, I should not have said that. Oh my gosh. There's Miss Paula. See, I have Paula and I have Amanda here, but we've just been really, really busy. We have no guys here today, so what arrives? 4 pallets of product. 4 pallets of product. I was like, I had to sweet talk the delivery guys into bringing in the product inside the front door. So if anyone's been waiting on the fabric kits for the DDE for 2025, we, after live, I will finish putting those together, but we should have them complete and all finished by the end of the day, hopefully. Okay, we have a really, really fun little giveaway, and this is gonna go to Connie Delm. So Miss Connie, hope you like gnomes. This is gnomes and glitter. What better way, hey? So, how did you get it already? How did we get what, Miss Renee? Hi, Janice. Hope things are good for you out east. It never rains, but it pours. You know what, Tammy? It is... And at some point, we're going to go over to the cutting table. So I will pan over, but our store, because we could not get it through the back door, it's crazy, 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 crazy what came in today. Hi, Uncle Jack. Gisela loves gnomes. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are going to get started. I got, or Above and Beyond got tagged into a post the other day that Babylock had posted, and somebody had said to us, would somebody at Above and Beyond please do this project for Alive? So of course I got up that next morning and I did the project for Alive. So it is a really cute little Christmas placemat with peace trees and a border, and then I finished it with this really pretty candy cane binding. I think it just kind of brings it all together. So this is a free project from the Babylock website. I did not make kits. Now, if you really want a kit, I absolutely will make kits, but quite honestly, this is just such a really good one to go into your stash, because it takes very, very little fabric. So you basically are going to need 4 little scraps. These are all 2.5 inches wide, and then you need a little brown scrap for there. They show it on their pattern as Christmas prints. So you'll see right here, they show it as all different Christmas prints. I actually, believe it or not, didn't have enough Christmas scraps at my house when I made this yesterday morning, so I just did red scraps. So let's get started, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. There we go. Let's see if I can move this out of the way so you're not looking at it. Well, you may be seeing it. Oh! And it jumped right off the holder. Okay, we're just going to leave it right there. Okay, so when you print this off, and this is linked on our calendar for today, it tells you for the greens that you need, your first green is 2.5 by 4.5. So here is my 2.5 by 4.5. My second green is 2.5 by 6.5. And my third green is 2.5 by 8.5. And then my last green is 2.5 by 10.5. And the tree background, which is going to be your white, and I just grabbed a scrap. You probably need maybe about 1/4 yard on the white, so you do need a little bit more on the white. But it does tell you all of the cuts, so you basically need 20 2.5 inch squares, and then you have some other cuts here that you will need to make. The little tree trunk is just a 2.5 by 2 inch, which is right here. And then our patchwork blocks are all 2.5 inch squares, and you're going to need a total of 36 of those, and I chose just all different reds. And then you will need 2 strips for your binding. And like I said, the binding that I used is this really pretty candy cane stripe. It's got the green and the red on it. It is a diagonal print. And then you'll need backing, and you'll also need some type of fusible batting. So let's go ahead and we will get started. So the first thing we're going to do, Paula,
Yeah.
can you turn the music off?
Sure.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 4.5 by 2.5, which is the top of our tree, and we are going to take a 2.5 inch square, and we are going to position it on here. You're going to draw from one diagonal to the other, or you will go ahead and use your laser beam, which is what I'm going to do. And we will see the laser beam come right on there for me. And we are going to stitch directly down on the diagonal. And then you can either use a rotary cutter or scissors, and then you're going to trim with about 1/4 inch seam allowance. You are going to press this open. And I have just turned my iron on. So it's going to take just a second to heat up. And now I'm going to take my another 2.5-inch square, and we're going to put it on the other side, and we will stitch from this corner to this corner. You basically are making a flying geese block for the top of the tree. And I'm just going to trim this one off, and then I will press this just like this. And then we have the top of the tree. Next, you're going to take your 2.5 by 6.5 piece, and you're going to take 2 more of your 2.5-inch blocks. Now this time they are going to go on the ends, but I don't need to do one and press it. The reason I had to do that with the first one is because the whites do overlap there. But these ones are going to go on each end. Just make sure you are stitching them in the same angle. And you are going to repeat that for the 6.5-inch, 8.5-inch, and 10.5-inch. So what I like to do is to just go ahead and line these all up. And assemble sew these. And we're going to go ahead and trim between each one and cut off that excess. We're going to repeat this process for the other side. I will show you how you put your laser on. Okay, so on the Chorus, which is the machine I'm working on, we have the laser beam light right here. So this is where you would turn it on and off. Okay, so I've got my whites on one side of those. Now I'm going to rotate these around, and I'm going to put the whites onto the other side, making sure that you are doing them on the same angle. Well, Susan, you should use that laser beam. I use mine all the time. And I saw that Carol was on here, Carol W. Hoping that your surgery went well. Was thinking of you yesterday, so hopefully you are on the road to recovery. So the Solaris does have the laser, yes. Is that the machine that you have, Susan? Okay, so now I have all 4 segments of my tree, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to press all of these out. And I am using my Aliso iron. Okay, so now what happens is all 4 of these pieces are actually a different length. So none of them are the correct width, okay? So what we have to do now is we have to add white pieces onto each block, each row, so that they all become even. So to do that, and it does tell you that on your instructions, so it has a really nice little color diagram. I don't know who created this diagram, but the fact that the green is where the white is and the white is, I don't understand why they did that, because the peak pieces, the center pieces here should be green, and where the greens are, those should all be whites. And I don't know who designed that, but seems a little strange to me. Okay, so for the top row, we are going to take a 2.5 by 3.5. So for the top row, we're going to take a 2.5 by 3.5, and we're going to add that to each end. And that will give us the right size so it matches the bottom row. It's very confusing, Anne. I don't know why they would have done that. I am going to go ahead and go into my quilting tab and use my piecing Q02, so it will give me the perfect 1/4 inch. The previous stitching was all stitching on the line, so I didn't need the 1/4 inch for that. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to press this, and that's our top row. Okay, so we're going to press that. So we're going to go to the second row, and the second row requires us to go ahead and put a 2.5 inch square on each end. And then this one should now be the same length as the first one. Okay. I know you'll see them white on white, but I think you can see here and here how they are all even. So now we're going to do our third row. And our third row, we are going to put these skinny 1.5 inch pieces on each end. So thank you for asking, Anne, and yes, you can sign up for that. So I will tell you exactly how to do that here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press all of these seams. So Demo December is right around the corner. This is a program from Kimberbell. And basically it is whereby you will all receive a free design by participating and watching a demonstration that we will put on for you. So Demo December, if you go to our event calendar, the first day that we can share that file with you is actually Black Friday, so next Friday. So if you go to the calendar, and there has been a class that has been created, it's called Home for the Holidays, and you'll see a photo of a project that we have created using a design from Kimberbell. And everybody that signs up for that class will then get emailed the design. But you will not get emailed the design until after next Friday, because that is the first day that we're allowed to release that design. Okay, so this is the bottom of the green. The next one is this one. So now I'm going to stitch these 2 rows together. And there is no matching of seams. The Demo December file is a really cute little house. I do have it stitched out. I will show you here in just a moment. It is a cute little house project. Kimberbell show it using one of their brand new blanks, which are their folding storage totes. And we have put those up on today's live. Anybody that buys one of these totes will receive the applique fabric package to go with it at no charge. Or if you buy Cindy's kit, that she's made a really cute pillow, we will also give you the applique package for that kit, also at no extra charge. So basically we are doing a little free fabric bundle or a fabric kit for you to stitch the house if you purchase one of those 2 blanks. Okay, so now I'm going to stitch my 3rd row up. Wanda, give the store a call and we can check with the other store. We have very little available. We might have like 1 or 2 still left, but that is about it. They've discontinued all of those. And I'm sorry if I miss messages or when I'm stitching here, but please feel free to ask again. I don't have a second person behind the camera here today. Okay, so there you can see that I've got my tree starting to take shape. Now we're going to do the bottom row here that has the tree stump on it. And that one was our brown fabric. And that one is got 2 white pieces, which are actually our longest white pieces, and these ones are 4 3/4 in length. So if you sign up for the class after we have presented it, you will get the file at no charge. Amanda?
She's in the bathroom looking out.
When she gets out, she was going to put up the totes on today's products, and someone says they're not on there. Can you ask her about them? So Deb, give me a moment, and I will have Amanda check that for us. Still have not got a date from Kimberbell yet. I spoke to somebody at Kimberbell yesterday and they promised they would get back to me with a date, and they have not got back to me yet with the date. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to press these ones. And then this is the final row that's going to go to the bottom of the tree. So Terry, check now. Amanda says that those totes are up there. So maybe it just took a moment for them to show up. Okay, and there is the basic tree block. I'm going to take a moment to press all of this. It doesn't matter which way you press it, as long as it is pressed the seams all in the same direction.
They're all under one tab, and then you click on it, and then they're other colors.
Okay, so Terry, if you click on the products for today, so on our website, and go down to the Facebook products for the day, just one color will show up, but once you click into that, then there's a drop down with all of the different colors available. And I will go ahead and just take you over there and show you those right now. We've actually already sold out on one of the colors, but I'm waiting for another shipment to come in. Okay, so here is the design for Demo December. Super cute little house. Kimberbell put it on one of their new foldable storage tote blanks. These blanks come in 4 different colors. There's the blush, there's the teal, they're calling it turquoise, there's the black, and there's a red. The red is the one that I've currently just sold out on, but our Littleton store should be getting their shipment today. If you buy any one of these blanks, we will give you the fabric kit for you to put the applique onto the blank. Likewise, if you buy one of these kits, and this is Cindy's variation on it, so she wanted to do something a little bit different than just putting it onto one of the totes. So this is called Home for the Holidays pillow. She's made it into a 22-inch pillow. And we will, if you buy this kit, which I believe is $18.50, we will go ahead and give you the applique fabric pieces for you to put this onto there. So whilst I have you over here, let's go ahead. I just want to show you, this was a fabric that we did do some lives on. I've got a little bit of this left, not a whole lot, so I thought I would show it whilst we still have a little bit left in case any of you have not seen this. Yeah, the boxes. Look at all the boxes that came in today. It's crazy, and that isn't even all of them. There's actually another pallet behind here, but right, let's see, right behind this one right here, there's another whole set of pallets right there too. So crazy. Anyway, these are the dots and holes panels that Paula did a project on. I've also done a couple of projects. We've shown you how you can put them into tote bags. Wouldn't this be cool? And put somebody's name in there. We've done another type of tote bag here that has like a base to the bottom. So many different variations. The 3 colors that are available are the black, the blue, and the neutral. And we have just a little bit of it left, so I thought I would put it up for comment orders. We will assign these in the order that they come in if anybody is wanting one of these panels. One of these panels is enough to make 2 table runners or a small quilt. And if anybody is interested, I don't have any of the blue coordinating fabric, but we still do have the neutral. Look at this pretty fabric. I love this fabric. I think this would make a great stack and whack fabric too. So we do have a little bit of the neutral coordinate and the black coordinate on there. But figured we would show that one more time for you. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go back over to the machine. And we're going to see where we are at. Whoops. Yeah, lots of goodies came in. Okay, so we have our tree block plate stitched together. Now what we have is we have a couple of little strips. So we have some 1.5 inch strips. The 1.5 inches by 10.5 is going to be added to the left side. One second, let me reread this. 1.5 by 10 background strip is going to go to the left and the right sides of the tree block. And you know what? I just realized I made a mistake on my sample. So, so I didn't do it to the right side. I only did it to the left side. So the one I do today is going to also have the same mistake so that I have a set of 2. So let me show you that. Oh my gosh. So I did make this at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I think I'm forgiven. So you see how it's got this little narrow strip right here? It should have one narrow strip right here too. So don't do as I did, do as I say, right? Okay, so I'm only going to go ahead and do the one again because otherwise I'm going to have 2 placemats that look different. Okay, so we've got 1.5 by 10.5 and I'm putting it to the left side. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and press that. Now remember, you should put one to the other side. I'm not going to because I want my placemats to match. And then what you're going to do now is you're going to take your 1.5 by 12.5 and you're going to put that top and bottom. So that one I did. I did do the top and bottom. I just didn't do the one to the right, apparently. Making it my own. No one will ever know. Only my friends on Facebook Live will know, right? Okay, and then the other one's going to go across the bottom. So I'm definitely doing the second one the same as my first one. The really bad thing about this is the lady that asked us to do this, I was actually going to go ahead and gift these to her. She's not watching today because she happens to be at our event down in our Littleton store. And so now I'm a little... Now I don't really know that I want to give her a mistake set of placemats. So she may not get them now. Sorry, Linda. Okay. Next, what we are going to do is start working on our pieced border. And not the piece border, the piece, well, it's like a border. It's the side panel. And we are just going to start sewing these together in pairs. And we want 3 rows of 8, or 8 rows of 3, however you want to look at that. So what I did first of all was I just sewed all of mine into pairs. Okay, so I do want to show you a brand new charm pack we just got in. And I don't normally go towards bird fabric, and I'm not sure why I purchased bird fabric, but it is the cutest bird fabric you'll ever see. It's called Chirp, and it's very neutral blended colors. Look at some of this. It is just really super, super cute. So this is a brand new line from Moda that has these little cute birds. There's like bugs on them. It's just really, really cute. And these flowers. And these are $11.99. We do have these up online, or alternatively, you can leave a comment on here. I love Moda fabrics. And then the other thing that we do have to show you today, Kimberbell just came out with their brand new collection of solids. So they've come out with 17 new colors. Kimberbell doesn't do a whole lot in purple. And guess what? They have purple this time. So they have come out with this collection. It's their brand new, so it's 17 different fat quarters, and we've got dark purples and hot pinks and lavenders and like a brick red. We've got really pretty teal and navies and blues, greens, grays, browns, so orange. This orange is more like a really pretty pumpkin orange. It's not like a bright horrible orange. So a really nice collection of their solids, and we have put those in a fat quarter bundle for you. So I'm just continuing to stitch these into pairs. And I'm going to cut these apart, and then I'm going to sew these into groups of 4s. And I'm just trying to avoid 2 fabrics alike together, because I obviously do have duplicated fabrics. And I'm going to separate these, and I'm wondering why I am 2 pieces of fabric short. That's not good. I might need you to do that for me, Paula, because I appear to be 2 reds short.
What size?
2.5 inches.
Kimberbell reds?
It doesn't have to be. I do have a mixture, but Kimberbell reds would be good too. Okay, so I've got 4 together here. I'm going to take 4 more and stitch those together. So now I've got 8. Okay, I know what my problem is. It's not 8s, it's 6s. I'm sorry. So, I'll double check here in just a minute. I think I do. So it's 6s. So you got 4. I do have enough, yeah. Thank you. So you want 3 sets of 6. Too bad I can't count. So this is a free pattern. If you go to our website, go to the calendar, go to the event calendar, and go to today's date. There will be a link there that will take you out to the Babylock website where you can find this free pattern. Okay. So what I would do at this point is I would lay these out and make sure that you don't have 2 fabrics the same. So I can see that I've got 2 fabrics right here. So I'm going to rotate this one around, and that looks good there. I'm going to try putting this one in between. Okay, that looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press these in opposite ways. So I'm going to press one going up, one going down, one going up. And then I'm going to put right sides together and stitch my 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then we're going to open this one up, and you can press them in between, and whoops, that's not going to work. There you go. And then do this one. And I am going to go ahead and press this out. Look at that. See, that would bother me that I have that. But you can spend more time working on your positioning than what I'm doing.
You use nets. So they're cross bottoms. They're 3 long wide and they're 18 white.
Okay, then we're going to take the tree block that we just made, and we are going to attach the tree block to this block. Remember, yours will have a 1.5 inch white strip right down here.
I think I don't know 100%. So I'm thinking that it's going for there's 135 yards per bobbin.
Oops, my needle came unthreaded.
Okay, perfect.
Nope. The piece border goes to the right side of the tree.
We actually don't do alterations. But there's a long
Okay, so here is the placemat top, and I'm not going to do the quilting with you, but I am going to show you what I did. So basically what I did was I took this really pretty tree. Isn't this just a perfect backing for this project? With birds on it. Look, I must be in a bird mood. So I put the backing right side down, put my batting in it, put my placemat top right side on top, and then you can quilt however you want. I wanted to emphasize the shape of the tree. So, and I don't know how well you can see that, but I just did some echo quilting around the tree. Can you see how I went all the way around on the tree? And then on my red, I actually did echo either side of my seam line on all seams. See how you can see it from the back? Oh, maybe not. So it actually, I did 1/4 inch from my seam line, both to the left and to the right and to the top and the bottom. So I've got vertical and horizontal quilting lines. Then I did my binding, and I put my binding to the wrong side of the placemat, brought it around to the front, and then top stitched it down. You could absolutely use this as a table runner, and I know someone just mentioned about whether this piece border should be on the left side. That obviously is your choice. You absolutely could do that. You could make this into a runner by making multiples of these and making it into a long runner. Wouldn't that be cute? Great idea. So I hope you enjoy the project from Babylock. And I think with that, that is everything that we have to show you today. So we appreciate you joining us. Tomorrow, Paula has a fun project for you. And if anybody has any questions, I'll go back and make sure that I didn't miss any comments. But thanks for joining us today. We'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.